Two dudes reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Quincy.
And your other host, Justin.
We are dying today. The AC is out again.
Already starting to sweat, and we're not even up here more than, 6 minutes? Maybe, because we already pulled up all of our things.
Yeah, technology isn't liking it either. My crew doesn't want to do anything.
My phone already decided not to turn back on for a short bit, so that's how hot it is in this room.
Falls at the end of the month, right?
Yep.
AC will be fixed tomorrow.
All we have to do is make it a month.
Okay.
Can I get a sheet?
We can do this. We can do this. All right, so I'm actually still drinking coffee because I'm psychotic.
Yeah, I've got a freaking Kickstarter. I'm not even putting it in a mug because I'm chugging it.
Let's see how the best breakfast blend K-Cup that Justin got me. It's a little weak, but all in all, it's not a bad one.
And, of course, Kickstarter's my every time go-to. I buy 3 freaking cases of 12 every 2 weeks. So you tell me whether I like it or not.
You don't like it.
I don't like it. It's terrible. It's god-awful. It hurts my stomach. But I'll drink it.
I got to get back into buying Lauren the cases for Rockstars because it saved us money, but the Sam's Club near us stopped carrying regular Rockstar in cases.
Now
they do like all the diet ones and shit like that in the case. Yeah.
So, is it like sold out between the time?
No, just there's not even a spot for it.
Oh.
So, I don't know. Last week we watched some stuff.
Yes, don't mind us if we kind of speed things along. It's not great. It is maybe 90 degrees in here. So last week we watched the AEW Dynamite before the pay-per-view, but we also watched Tango and Cash, a 1989 buddy cop style movie that was actually really, really good. Quincy's going to kind of swear by it that what made me want to watch this movie was seeing Kurt Russell in drag.
I'm just going to leave it alone.
Right, but I'm kicking that pink elephant out of the room, because if the pink elephant is not in the room, we don't need to talk about it then, don't we?
I showed him the trailer because he was like, have I seen this?
No, I have not. I already knew I haven't, because I've seen maybe 7 movies with Sylvester Stallone.
So I showed it to him, and you get to the part in the trailer where you see Kurt Russell in drag, and
I was like, "What?
Yeah,
who?"
Got pretty ecstatic.
Yeah, who? I wouldn't say ecstatic.
Ecstatic.
Ecstatic implies that I would be excited for it. I was just curious on what caused him to get into that
paycheck.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Kurt Russell, Sylvester Stallone, Terry Hatcher. James Hong, one of the more famous Asian actors out there. Robert Zadar, who's actually known for having a specific
bone growth, was it?
Yeah, it's a bone growth. I can't think of the name of it, but it's a bone growth that caused his jaw to grow bigger. He kind of built a career off of that. He's in it for a little bit as one of the prisoners. Interesting movie, all in all. I want to break down the ratings real quick before we move too far on. I've seen Tango and Cash before. I was shocked when you hadn't seen it because your uncle's a huge fan.
Yes.
So it's 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb, 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, 41 on Metacritic, and 90 from the Google users. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can't see what the rest of the Rotten Tomatoes thinks. What did you think of it? Because I mean, 30 seems low.
Yeah, I would say it's about a 60. Like, it's good, it's entertaining, it's fine. I would probably watch it again. 52. Okay, 52 from users. I mean, that's still relatively low. I'd throw it about 60.
Yeah.
It is good. I would probably see it again, but
it's not my favorite buddy cop movie.
No.
It's not my favorite buddy cop movie from the 80s.
Yes.
But it is still vastly enjoyable, and I will watch it. If it's on HBO Max right now, so we can go back.
When did Demolition Man come out?
Probably roughly around the same time.
Well, like 92?
No, if not
Sooner?
earlier than this.
Oh.
It would be in the 80s. I mean, that Sandra wasn't even a thing yet.
What? I didn't want franchise. There we go.
93. Okay, I was thinking it was 80s. This is like early Sandra Bullock's career.
And it is 60% on Rotten Tomatoes. which is another one of those that you can feel it.
We live in a world where people love Taco Bell. That's why it gets such high ratings.
And was it you that mentioned that in Demolition Man, for depending on which...
Yeah, depending on what country you're in, changes which
The
fast
chain.
food company was the one that,
Won the
won
war.
wars and whatnot.
That's funny.
Back to the movie we're here to talk about.
Yes.
Tango and Cash. So you said you watch it again?
Yeah, I'd watch
Enjoyed
it
it?
again.
You put it in the 60s?
Yeah, about like 60, 65. I wouldn't go too out of the ordinary for it. But
I'll put it in the high 60s, low 70s with the understanding that Lethal Weapon 1 and 2 are up in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, because I liked Lethal Weapon 1. It's a staple of buddy cop movies.
I love Lethal Weapon 1, but the only reason why I would pick the sequel over the first one is because the sequel is when we first get Leo Getz.
Fair enough.
So,
And also, he putting Sylvester Stallone in like what do they call them?
Glasses?
It's a type of glasses, but yes, those type of glasses.
nerd glasses?
They have like a specific name for them.
Spectacles?
No, because that's the one that has the drawdowns.
No, those are bifocals.
Oh, you're right. Then I don't know. But even still, it makes him look like a lawyer more
Harry
than a
Potter
cop.
glasses?
Yeah, Harry Potter glasses. It does. It makes him look more like a lawyer than a cop.
Now I'm curious. You said you've only seen like 6 Stallone movies. Demolition Man.
Demolition Man.
This one.
Rocky 2.
Okay.
All Rambos.
Okay.
And technically,
Guardians of the
Galaxy.
And Suicide Squad.
Oh, and Suicide Squad. That's right.
So,
10.
So you've never seen Stop 'Em All Shoot?
No.
It's him and the one that plays Sophia in Golden Girls. It's the only other thing she ever did other than Golden Girls.
Okay. Oh my god. That looks like a really fun movie to watch.
It's an interesting one. We'll have to do it one of these nights. What about Cobra?
Cover now.
No?
No.
Okay.
Oh, Judge Dredd.
Oh, Judge Dredd. Okay. Yeah. I know that there's other big ones I can think of. What do we get here? You're better at this. What is that?
Those are bits.
Oh, thank you for the bits.
Yeah.
I've never seen it as a heart before.
Yeah. Thanks to September, there's new little emote or bit markers.
If I can get my laptop working, I'll jump in the chat with you guys.
See,
Expendables.
Expendables. Expendables 1 and 2. I didn't watch the third one because I heard it was.
It was all right. Honestly, I thought
I heard it was a cash grab.
No, it was good. It was one of those ones where it's like they were forced to make changes, and the changes helped. They got rid of Bruce Willis, and they brought in Harrison Ford, and Harrison Ford actually did stuff in the movie.
Oh.
I think that was 3. Might have been 4.
There's 4 of them?
There might be 4 of them.
Oh.
If there's 4, then that was 4. If there's 3, then it was 3.
Okay.
It really comes down to how many there were, because I'm not even sure anymore. I know that he's been trying to get the newest one made, and he keeps running into issues. For instance, like one of the producers being a freaking rapist. Sexually assaulted Terry Crews of all people.
Yeah, I know.
Like, dude can punch your throat off.
Yeah. Okay.
Creed.
Creed.
I still haven't watched
not
Creed.
I have not seen Creed.
1 or 2.
Yeah.
Cobra.
Over the Top I've heard of,
Okay,
but
I've never seen Over the Top.
Okay, I wouldn't mind watching Over the Top.
I've seen Cliffhanger.
I remember seeing Cliffhanger like on cable, but I've never like sat down and watched it.
No.
Escape Plan I've heard was a good set of movies.
I haven't seen any of them yet.
Assassins, no.
Oh, Assassins is good. It's him and Antonio Banderas. Basically, he's the best assassin in the world, and Antonio's the like up-and-coming guy who's convinced the only way you can be the best assassin is if you kill the best assassin, and starts trying to hunt him down.
That's a good premise.
I think the taxi cab scene is the best scene in that movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it sucks. No AC. We're dying here. We got a little fan going, but we can't turn it up too loud because then it's just gonna be like an insane noise. Because this thing, for a $20 fan, purple fan at that, from Walmart, this thing kicks butt.
It's pretty good.
But we just can't crank it all the way, otherwise it's just gonna ruin the audio.
Yeah. So I mean, it's doing its job. It's doing its job. It's kicking around some cool air.
And this isn't even scratched the surface of all the movies he's done.
No.
These are just some of his
highlights.
big franchises and whatnot.
Yeah. So okay, we'll say 14. We'll say 14. screen.
Socks is getting a black screen as well.
Yeah, we're losing a lot of frames. So if you guys can at least hear us, that's
he says it fixed.
Okay.
Or they said it fixed. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, we're having also some really rough times with the dropped frames.
Yeah.
So at least you'll be able to hear us, which is the point of a podcast. Hopefully every now and again you'll see the visuals on screen.
This is a technological wonder fucking land right now.
I just want to snap my head. Can I do that?
Not on stream.
Oh, that's right, because then we'll get banned.
Okay, I didn't know he was in Spy Kids 3D. Is that legit?
Yep.
I own that movie and don't remember that. Also, Death Race 2000? I didn't know he was in that.
I didn't know he was in that either. Is he in that? I mean, I remember watching it, but I would need to rewatch it just to make sure, because it's been a while. Thank you. But otherwise, Sylvester Stallone, great actor.
Actor, yeah.
Whoever did the writing for Tango and Cash knew how to get Sylvester Stallone to emote a little bit through his speaking, because he's supposed to be one of those, cool, hardened edges. Tighten the tie, look over at, stocks and do that sort of thing. Not, I'm here to beat you. I knew you'd say that. No, they actually drew a lot of really good emotion out of him, and I'm surprised that not a lot of people saw that when they put up their rating or like/dislike for the movie. It's not great. Oh no.
Yeah, we're having. So I don't think the chat can hear us at all. Then.
Okay.
If they're saying that they're thinking we're setting up a screen. All right, well, we'll just have to listen to the audio. Maybe the show will come back.
Yeah.
We'll keep running it. If it comes back, great. If it doesn't, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm looking at that number, but it's fine. So, on with what happened on Sunday. Big ol' frickin' Sunday.
Sunday.
I had a really bad day of work on Sunday. I said, I'm leaving 15 minutes early. You guys can manage 15 minutes without me. The last 20 minutes before that was just everything pushing and just becoming really just piled on. And I said, no. For the first time in my life, I said, no, I am not going to do that. And I threw it off my shoulders and I said, it's 3:45, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And this made up for everything. AEW All Out 2021 was probably the best pay-per-view I have ever seen in my entire life.
I think so too. I've gone to live shows. I don't remember most of them. I was too young.
Yeah.
I went to a lot of WCW when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I've gone to live shows. I've watched a lot of old pay-per-views. I've watched new pay-per-views. I've watched some bad AEW pay-per-views.
Yeah.
This pay-per-view, though, blew me away. Every match was interesting.
Hmm?
I was shocked how big the buy-in was.
Oh, yeah.
I was bummed out that we lost one of the big matches, which was supposed to be El Idolo and Pac. But everything we still got was still amazing.
Oh, yeah. I think having that match being pulled from the card didn't even hurt the card.
We're supposed to begin that match tonight.
Yes. Which I'm actually super here for, because I enjoy Pac/Neville as a wrestler, as a performer, because he does a lot of very interesting in-ring throws, as I'll call them.
I don't know anything about Andrade because he came over from WWE and I never watched him there. I'm hoping he's good, because so far all I'm seeing is that he's a talker. He has not wrestled a single match yet. And it just keeps being this thing where he keeps putting off having to fight anyone, and it's frankly boring as hell.
Yeah, it's not even a good storyline. So hopefully we'll see him pull out the really good spots. Hopefully he'll do his blindside lariat and some good spots. But we're gonna fall back onto that this last Sunday, September 5th, the greatest pay-per-view. The buy-in was Best Friends and Jurassic Express versus the Hardy Family Office. Really good spots between everyone. There was an amazing one from Jungle Boy, where it was Luchasaurus having Jungle Boy on his shoulders, and one person was going for a crossbody, and Jungle Boy caught it, flipped himself over, and did just a regular press onto the mat. And I thought that was just, a botch fix. But no, that was how that was supposed to go. You see him lean back and take that entire thing. And I'm like, if this is how this whole thing is going to go, I think this is going to be a great pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. First match ended, I believe it was one of the smaller kin tapping out. I don't remember his name, I'm afraid.
For who?
For the Hardy compound. One person tapped out over the Jungle Boy's submission. Was it Hardy that tapped? I don't think it was Hardy that tapped.
It wasn't Hardy that tapped. I can't remember who it was. If I saw the face, I would know, but I just...
Okay. So, even still, in short, best friends and Jurassic Express win. Followed after that was Miro defending his title against Eddie Kingston. And what an interesting match with two pretty big individuals. And between the two big individuals, you have an interesting cut, because one can actually do some high fly spots while the other one could do really strong spots. And having the contrast between the two was pretty interesting. And then, of course, you have Miro, or as WWE fans know him as, Rusev. He did a lot of really nice, hard-hitting moments, and ended it with a Machka kick, or I don't know what he calls it in AEW, because they don't really throw out the title for some of them, I've noticed.
No, that's the thing. First of all, there's a lot of names they can't use.
Yes.
Because AEW owns them. So when you called it, what did you call it?
Machka kick.
I'm pretty sure WWE owns that. AEW can't use it.
Yeah.
So a lot of it's got to be just, it's a kick.
Yeah.
Or it's an elbow. A lot of what they do is they come up with new names for things. So they call one of the moves a Vader bomb.
Yeah.
In honor of Vader. But yeah, so they can't do a lot of the names. They don't own the names. WWE owns a lot of the stuff for characters. I can't believe some of the things that they've said and hinted at without getting sued. There have been things where there's been attempted lawsuits. They did Bash at the Beach, and WWE tried suing them. Because Cody says, my dad invented that. Over on WCW, yes, but it was my dad's creation. And Vince says, well, because he was working for WCW and WWE bought WCW, we own the name.
Then he was like, but you don't understand how rights work, I guess.
But the thing is he was a creative person. He was being paid for his creativity or whatever at WCW. Therefore, it's just like if you write a comic for Marvel.
Okay.
You don't own that comic. Marvel owns that comic because they're paying you to write comics. WCW was paying Dusty to come up with shit. He came up with Bash at the Beach. And so WCW owned it. So when Vince bought WCW, he owned it.
It rolled over.
So they only did the one Bash at the Beach pay-per-view, and then they had to change the name the following year. Can't believe you didn't eat that before it melted.
Yeah. I did. Yeah.
So, yeah, it seems like the
whole stream is down. Let's just keep it going then.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to see if we can disconnect and reconnect, we're recording in the background for the sound, so it won't end on the sound end. Wow. So, continuing on. The next thing after the buy-in was Eddie and Miro. Now, everyone was saying that it was going to be Eddie's going to win because he's got Miro's number. He knows Miro's weakness. Did you think Miro was going to lose?
No.
Okay, me neither.
No, Miro is an imposing figure, and he stayed imposing throughout the entire match. He was not going to give up. He was not going to give in. He was going to give it his all, as one would during a pay-per-view.
Yes.
And I mean, with the Machka kick into a pin, that was to be expected. Well, as it was going to be called, I guess.
So yeah, he kicks Eddie. He wins. It sucks. We move on. I knew he wasn't going to lose it, at least. And not that he wasn't going to lose it to Eddie. I just knew he wasn't going to lose it yet.
Yeah. I wonder who's going to... Ooh, now that Daniel Bryan's in.
No. Bryan's stuck in the whole elite feud that's going on.
Oh, that's right.
And he's not going to be touching the Miro stuff.
Okay.
Maybe if he had joined a year ago, I could see him possibly touching it, but not now.
So then the following match after that was, I believe, it was Jon Moxley versus Satoshi Kojima. An amazing match. I thought this would actually start using weapons just because Moxley is that one individual of, let's just turn this into a hardcore match. And after it turns over the hardcore match, and it's going to start doing some really good spots. But no, they actually kept this match super clean, and it ended really spectacularly. And then after Jon Moxley won, we had another spot from Minoru Suzuki. And
really quick, before we get too far into that, you mentioned thinking it was going to turn into a hardcore match. And the reason why I don't think it did is because I've been watching AEW pretty much since it started, and there was a lot of stuff where Moxley was beating people after spending a lot of time outside the ring fighting, and then bringing them in the ring and pinning them. And so people started calling Moxley out. You only win because you fight on the outside of the ring. You can't win fighting one-on-one inside. So I think he's tried to get away from that a little bit more. He still goes to the outside. They still get crazy. He's definitely still had his hardcore matches. He's definitely still had his weapons in there and whatnot. But it's definitely been a level of, I want to show I can win in the ring. I don't always need to be outside the ring to win. And then, as you were saying, his name was... Kojima was the other one. Sorry. Who was it that came out?
first one right up here, Minoru Suzuki.
Minoru Suzuki. Okay. I'm going to get better with these names. I got called out about it on last week's.
Yes, but as he came out...
not by you.
No.
I got called out by someone else. A listener called me out for messing up names, and I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm dyslexic, and it gets goofy.
But as Suzuki came out, then they had a nice cross-chop match, and then a nice exhibition before ultimately John kind of toppled. I don't want to say toppled, but kind of just said, now's not the time, kind of, just through action. And I think that match is going to be tonight.
I don't know if that one's tonight or if that's...
Friday?
Well, I don't think it's going to be Friday. Dynamite...
it's either Dynamite or Rampage.
Rampage is still only an hour long, so I don't think Rampage is getting big things. So I can look it up real quick.
Okay. While you do that, I'll talk about the next one. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, defeats Chris Statlander with the lockjaw, and I was enjoying the spots between the two. About maybe halfway through the match, Chris kind of does a little bit of the carrying for Britt, and she's doing very amazing spots and keeping up with those spots, while Britt's kind of taking a back seat. But then the latter half of it, she begins to pick it up. It seemed like she needed that second win to really drive home the point home, and then she finally got her steam going before getting the lockjaw and inevitably knocking out Statlander. And
yeah, I don't understand the whole concept of the lockjaw knocks people out. It didn't lock people out when it was the mandible claw. They just sat there and begged for you to stop. It is tonight for that Moxley match, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think it was going to be Rampage just because Rampage is still only an hour long.
Okay. So, in short, soon.
Yeah, no, it's going to be tonight.
Okay. But otherwise, it was a pretty good match.
No, Chris is amazing. Last week we watched her pick up two women at once and throw them on the ground. Picked up one on her shoulders, caught the other one midair, and threw them both on the ground. And then Britt's amazing as well. I mean, it makes sense that Britt's got the belt to me. I mean, she definitely is deserving of it. So watching the two of them go was a really interesting match. Up next, we had the Lucha Brothers fighting the Young Bucks for the titles, the tag team titles, in a cage match.
This was an amazing match. The only match that I could say borderlines this one in full spectrum would probably be the Hardy Brothers versus Eddie and Christian at the ladder match. I don't remember which one it was for, though. I think it might have been a Royal Rumble set, or TLC. But even still, that match bears in comparison to what happened on Sunday. That was an amazing match. The Young Bucks played their heels card so well. They had Brandon throw in a fucking Nike covered in thumbtacks, some amazing spots between them.
You had mentioned talking about their shoes as possible shoe news, and I pointed out the fact that
someone called them out on being fake.
John Moxley and Eddie Kingston called them out for being fake. And so I was like, hey, we can still talk about them, but we're talking about how they're fake. Now, this one did get pretty bloody.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually very surprised at how bloody it got, considering there was really only one thing in there to cause it to be a bloody match, which was the thumbtack shoe. Or
I think before the shoe got thrown in, I think the older Miedo took a strike in the corner, and I think he nicked a bit of the chain fence. Because above his, I believe it's either either left or right eye, there was a bit, and he just kept doing this little number where he kept closing it. So I think he might have nicked something, and that just caused him. And every now and again, you see him just put his hands into his mask and just like adjust it so that way he can either plug it up or get some blood out of his eyes. And it was pretty bad. Like, it was heavy bad. So hopefully, he's okay. He already spoke out and did his after show promo, but I mean, damn.
So the final outcome for this match was one I wasn't expecting. I thought for sure the Young Bucks were going to keep the titles, but the Lucha Brothers won it.
The Lucha Brothers took it.
They defeated it in a pinfall. It was Ray that did the pin, right? While Penta...
No, Penta got the pin while Ray jumped on the brother.
So Ray jumped on the other Young Buck while Penta got the pin? Okay.
Correct.
I had that flip-flopped.
Yes.
So, no, the two of them are absolutely amazing. Watching them wrestle together is amazing. Watching them wrestling against each other was amazing.
And the steel cage just added that extra benefit.
Yeah. There was a nice jump from the top of the cage at one point. So I was very happy with the outcome of this one. This one I didn't see coming.
Yeah. After that was the all-female Battle Royale. 21 women enter. If you go over the top rope, you're out.
The way they do it at AEW is it's a card system. Yes. Everyone's drawn cards, and so the first 5 of a suit come out. Or 5 per suit, I should say, come out. So they say what suit, 5 people come out. And then there's a Joker at the end. And everyone's like, no, it's just going to be another female wrestler. It's already AEW. And I'm like, who? Look at that ring. Look at everyone that's come out. It's going to be someone new. I kept calling from the beginning. The Joker was going to be a new female wrestler at AEW. And lo and behold.
Ruby Soho, also
previously known as Ruby Riott.
That is correct. And she came out and just the crowd just immediately latched onto her. She was enjoying just her presence. And they immediately adapted, and she, started tearing up and enjoying the presence.
I didn't know her, and her reaction to them and their reaction to her damn near made me tear up.
Yeah, and so she said, fine. Hopped out to that ring, gave a few riot kicks, even though I don't know what they're going to call them now, but I knew them as riot kicks.
Soho kicks?
I guess. And so she gave a few of them. Her and Rosa, Thunder Rosa, were both out on the outside of the ring on the apron. Some really good spots out there. But then ultimately, Ruby Soho took the win. And she's immediately going to be put up for, I think it's against the number 1 contender, or is she going straight up for?
I think she's going straight up for chance at the title against Britt. I don't think she's going to win it, because there's no way she's going to do 2 matches
and go right in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what fucking big beefy man that I keep forgetting the name of, the one that split the
Brian Cage. He didn't win the belt.
He didn't win the TNT belt.
No.
Oh, then never mind.
The only belt he's held was has held so far is Taz's,
the FTL,
which Taz just gave to him until they started having issues, and so then they jumped him and made him lose to Stark.
Oh, okay. But even still, I mean, it's still going to be an amazing match between Ruby and Britt Baker. That's going to be a really good set of spots. After that was Chris Jericho and MJF. So funny thing about this match was we thought it was all over. We thought having the bell ring at the very end after the pin with the foot on the rope, that was going to be it. It was just going to be...
I thought Jericho was done. So before we even got to the putting the foot on the belt thing, I did not think Jericho was going to win this match. I thought Jericho was retiring.
Same. But at the same time, I said, would Jericho really want to go out like this? That was my kind of like counter argument, but I was like, yeah, that's kind of how he would. If he wanted to go out and do nothing but, sing or commentary.
I just hate it. Yeah. It's a stupid storyline. It's been a stupid storyline. This is already the second time they've done it at AEW, and AEW's only been around, 3 years?
Yes.
It's bullshit. I fucking hate it. It's always been a bad storyline. I also hate people that announce their retirement. Because then if you decide, oh, fuck, retirement sucks, or you know what, I miss it and I want to come back, then everyone gives you a bunch of shit because you were a fucking liar for retiring.
Well, that's kind of what Tommy Dreamer did. He said, I retire from my in-ring career, but I'll still be around. And that's kind of what he did. He's kind of just around.
Last I heard, he's running a school, so it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's a different thing.
Before he started doing the school thing. Because he was doing...
Yeah, he would announce the retirement before he does the school. I'm saying currently he's doing the school, which is not being back in the ring, so he's stayed in retirement.
Yes.
But I'm saying I hate the concept of when people announce retirement. It's like Motley Crue. They announced a huge retirement thing. People spent hundreds of thousands of dollars buying fucking tickets. Like, people spent the most money they've ever spent on Motley Crue concerts to see Motley Crue's final thing. Cut 5 years ahead, and Motley Crue's coming out of retirement.
Oh, yeah.
It's just in general. It's not just a wrestling thing. I hate it. It is a stupid thing. Do not announce retirement. If you're going to stop doing shit, stop doing shit.
What's that phrase? You sit on your hands too long, they both fall asleep?
I guess.
So, both the ass and the hands.
I thought Jericho was done, and then right when he's getting pinned, he throws his foot up, and Aubrey doesn't see it. And
oh, no. But then... another ref goes, hey, wait a minute. He had the foot on the ropes. And then...
What's bugging me is I know that ref's name, and I can't think of it right now.
Aubrey like, bubbles over the thing, and you hear through the camera...
Was that there the whole time?
Was that there the whole time? And he goes, no, it happened at about 2. And she goes, okay. Then start it back up. And then you have Justin on the mic going, this match has been restarted. And then all of a sudden, MJF's like, wait, what? And then some really good spots after that. Just finished the Lion Tamer, and MJF's just crawling to the ring, just arms over arms. And just as soon as he's about to touch it, as per usual with Chris Jericho, waddles him out to the middle of the ring and just applies the pressure.
That's honestly one of my favorite things when it comes to a hold, is if it's a hold where you can pull the person back away from the ropes.
Yeah.
If it's a hold where you're stuck being, down there on the mat with them and you can't really do anything if they start to get out of it, then that sucks. I love a hold where you can get them away from the ropes.
Yes.
Like the Lion Tamer.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called right now, right?
Lion Tamer, and then they're still calling it the Sharpshooter, which I'm happy about.
Yeah, because the Sharpshooter is just an old move. That's not owned by
The Rock or otherwise. Yeah, I get you. But super happy to see Jericho win. As soon as he won, the rest of his crew came out and started yucking it up with him. And then I was like, but what does that mean? Is he still going to wrestle every now and again?
I'm sure he isn't retiring. He's not going to full commentary. He's going to keep wrestling because he didn't lose.
Right.
That was the thing. If I lose, then I go full commentary. If I don't lose, then I would assume you don't go full commentary.
Right. So, cool. And then after this was the match of my night.
Okay, by the way, the ref was Paul Turner. It was bugging me, and I had to look it up.
Okay. Was the match I've been waiting for all night. CM Punk versus Darby Allin. Holy crap. I have seen many of the exhibition between this weight class, and the whole thing...
Reminder, there's no weight classes in AEW.
No, but you know what I mean. Of their weight.
I mean, Darby's like a drop in a bucket compared to CM.
He's 170, while I think CM's like 190.
CM is not 190.
CM Punk... Wait. Oh, no, they're both 170.
That's bullshit. There's no way CM Punk is 6'1" at 170 with that much muscle. That's bullshit.
170.
I'm shorter than him and fat, and I weigh more than him.
When was this? Oh, this was for his UFC thing. Yeah.
8. Plus, they're saying that Darby with yes, muscle, but Darby being as small as he is,
that's
at 5'8" is 170. There's no way they're the same poundage that far in height.
Yeah, I don't know.
And having that drastic of a different build.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so even still, I should have sworn Punk was a little bit of the lighter than 200.
Yeah, that's bullshit. They're saying 170 on Wikipedia. They're saying 218 at one point on Wikipedia when he debuted. I don't know. They're not the same weight class, but there are no weight classes at AEW, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's fair. But even still, an amazing match. A great exhibition. There was no, cheaty doodles. Everything was on the fly. They didn't have anything pre-repped. A few spots where you can see the whispers going between them, but,
Okay, to be fair, just because they're whispering doesn't mean it isn't shit talking.
Fair enough.
Because I could be sitting there going, look on my arm, you fucking prick.
Yeah. Fucking piece of shit. But it was a great match. It was a stellar match. Ended with CM Punk giving the go to sleep and then giving the good pin. And Darby, rolls up super tired. Like Sting comes in, gives the handshake. CM Punk shakes Darby's hand, and after the aftermath for the pay-per-view, CM Punk said, "I don't want to fight Darby again."
Yeah, he came in and did what he needed to do. Now it's time for the next guy.
Yeah, well, he says Darby learns from mistakes. He is one to take the bumps and keep going. He is going to adapt from what he has learned. I will take on anybody in the AEW except for Darby Allin. He doesn't necessarily scare me. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to put myself through that. And I'm like, that's a good way to cut a promo of, yeah, he could be a problem now that he knows how I am. And, I mean, that's true. Darby does kind of learn from his mistakes. To a degree.
I'm curious to see who his next thing will be, if he'll work through a couple of jobbers, or if it's going to be someone else.
Some main stages?
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
After that, we had Paul White beating up QT Marshall, which was literally him just beating up QT Marshall and pinning him.
Yep. That's why I didn't say defeated. I just said beats up, because that's all he did all that entire match.
It was great. It was amazing, and it was fun to see Paul back in there. And Paul, for anyone that doesn't know, would be Big Show at WWE or the Giant at WCW.
Yes.
Here he's Paul White, his regular name, with a T-shirt that says "No More BS."
And I like that.
Yeah,
that is a nice little
very
tongue-in-cheek commentary from him and his merch.
Then we got Kenny Omega and Christian Cage. Now, you were saying, who did you think was going to win this one?
I thought Christian was going to take it, and Kenny was going to be smarmy about it, and that we were going to get like a third party. Not Kenny wins and we get the third party.
So I didn't think Kenny was going to lose, because Kenny's whole thing about this every time, and it's getting a little outused, and so they're going to have to come up with something new soon, is every time Kenny has won and kept the belt for a bit now, he points out there's nobody left in AEW.
And then
he's
newcomer.
beaten them all, and then it's like, oh, you haven't fought Adam Page for it, and so then he beats Adam Page, and there's no one else. Oh, well, you got to fight Christian for it, and Christian beats you for your Impact belt, so you're gonna lose the AEW. Nope, beat him. And he started talking about it up in there, or in the ring again. Oh, there's no but, and then music starts, and Adam Cole comes out, who I don't know.
Okay, so Adam Cole was really good in NXT. Like he can run a fucking microphone.
Mm-hmm. But how's he in the ring?
On a scale of 1 to 10 to what I'm used to, with 10 being like Darby or CM Punk, he's about maybe a low 8.
Okay.
Like he's pretty good. He's pretty stellar. Does some good spots. Does some really good destroyers. He can set up some good areas. But his whole thing is his mic control. One of his spots that he had during the beginning of COVID in NXT was, you can have all the money that Triple H gave you to run your pyrotechnics, to run your music, to give you the girl. All I get out of anything that NXT has given me is that bell being rung. And I'm like, okay.
It's nice to see someone that can be fresh on the mic, because two things happen at WWE with mic work. Either you aren't good, and no matter what they do, you're not good. Roman Reigns.
He's gotten better, to be fair. Not much better, but...
or you're good, but Vince feels he's better and writes your dialogue for you.
Roman Reigns. Current Roman Reigns.
So
Well, Paul Heyman's kind of writing his writing, I guess.
I'm glad that this guy is good on mic.
And then,
Well, and that's really quick, and that's like one of those things where it came out. People were like, "Oh, is he gonna fight Kenny?" Because Kenny was just talking. There's nobody left, and Adam comes out, and then Adam shows he's on Kenny's side by kicking Christian in the face.
yep, give me a super kick.
Yep.
And then after that happens, everyone starts beating up on good old Christian, and he says, "Well, I bid the whole entire show adieu because it's over." And then
Everyone's just yelling, "Yes,
yes.
yes!" Which I'm curious if, because that did get branded on merch.
It did, but you can't stop the crowd from chanting.
No, but can he use it?
I don't think
the crowd will do whatever you want.
I think he's gonna keep it, but I think he's gonna have to rebrand it.
Yeah, I've heard the crowd chant plenty of things. I've listened to AEW crowd do what?
Yeah. That's never going to leave.
Yeah.
That was in WCW for a brief bit.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or no, not WCW, TNA. Yeah, I watched a couple matches, and then in the midst of those matches, there was a cut of promo, and the guy was not good on mic. It was early Taz on mic, if you remember that.
Nah, I just remember Taz having that towel that he looked like he ate half of on the way out to the ring.
Yeah.
That's all I really remember.
Early, I'm a genetic freak.
Oh,
Big Papa Pump.
Yeah, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
Steiner.
Yeah, Steiner. Okay.
Yeah, early Steiner.
Back to what we were talking about. So,
Yes.
Yes is going off, and
The Flight of the Valkyries.
Of Flight of the Valkyries. Because it starts out regular, and then it goes into something different, which was kind of cool.
And he pops out with his beautiful little goatee and his hair pulled back into a nice bun. He looked clean. He looked ready. And then as he hops out into the ring, he goes, "Hey, how you doing?" And then helps out, and he does all of his spots.
Uh-huh.
His running knee, his amazing.
Sorry.
It's fine.
I'm kicking Justin.
His amazing spots. As soon as he did that running knee, I said, "Okay, he has solidified himself in the AEW."
So he was Daniel Bryan over there.
Yeah.
Here he's Bryan Danielson.
Just change the name, but put a fake mustache on him.
Malachi Black was Aleister Black. At least
to
Miro and Rusev are different.
When actually Malachi had that name back in either Ring of Honor or
Yeah, a lot of them are going
K1.
back to their Ring of Honor TNA names and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that CM Punk had to talk in court when he was doing a lawsuit against WWE, and they asked him what CM stand for on the record?
Yeah.
And so he had to, in court, say that it stands for Chick Magnet.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I thought it was Chicago made.
Nope, it's Chick Magnet. That's how he originally came up with it. That was the joke, was Chick Magnet Punk.
That fucking boggles my mind. For the longest time, since he popped out in like 2006, I honest to God thought it was Chicago made. Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
Just pulled up Chick Magnet.
Okay, good to know.
And so in court, under oath, he had to be like, it's Chick Magnet.
But in short, as soon as the whole pay-per-view ended, I was left aghast because there were so many good spots. There were so many good matches. The low match of the night would probably be the Paul White, but I would still say that's like a 9-5 just because it was quick, simple, easy. It was a good breather. It was probably something for the crowd to go up and use the frickin' restroom because of how good it was.
Fun thing to see without having to really worry about anything. Belts weren't changing hands or anything. It was a nice breather in the middle of all this.
I think
tension.
only one changed hands, which was the tag teams.
So only one changed hands, but a lot of people got set up for their
demise.
So now Miro's gonna have to defend against someone new.
Yep. Kenny's probably going to have to defend against someone new.
Kenny's probably going to have to defend against Bryan, but I don't know if they're going to bring Bryan in and immediately give him the belt.
Yeah, I don't know either.
So it might be they may continue to use Kenny as a way to introduce new people.
Right.
Ruby Soho is set up to go for the women's belt. Lucha Brothers are now going to start defending their belt because that's the one belt that changed over.
Yeah.
It's set up for things. It's going to be interesting to see how things are tonight on tonight's AEW.
I'm actually curious to know if we're going to be getting more belts because of how many people there are.
I'm assuming we will. I'm assuming what they're waiting for is for Dynamite to take off. Not Dynamite. Rampage to take off a little bit because I'm sure there'll be a Rampage belt.
Yeah, and then I'm sure that hour is probably going to evolve to 2.
Yeah.
Because with how much... Okay, I looked at their roster, and then I looked at 2000... Like, I went to the Wayback Machine and looked at 2010's... 2009, 2010's roster for Raw and SmackDown combined, and I'm like, they're not too far off.
No. And Raw and SmackDown still had Raw and SmackDown, but also had NXT, where if they needed to, they could send someone down there to do a show.
In 2009, not quite. Not yet.
NXT wasn't around yet?
No. That was like 2015, maybe a little later. Like, it didn't start until a little bit in.
2010.
Oh. Beginning.
But it says original release.
Why does it say original release? Okay. Good to know. I didn't know it was that far back.
That's kind of confusing. That's got 2 different dates there, but I was pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, introduced.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then my bad. Okay.
Ew. Have you seen the new logo?
Yeah, not a big fan of it.
Oh, what is that?
That's a rebranding.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, they also let go of 3 really good stars.
While we're talking about this, before we move on to other news, Triple H had to go in for heart surgery today.
Yes, he did. He is going to expect to make a full recovery.
Yeah, he went down to the Yale Hospital.
Yeah.
It's something genetic, but he's going to be okay.
Would you say he's a genetic freak?
No, he's pretty normal.
Okay, good. Well, now he is.
Scott Steiner's not normal if you look at his arms. We were talking to someone about it, and they're like, "That's clearly silicone." I'm like, "It's not though, because you see it flex. He's just disgusting."
So the way he got the muscles on muscles was when he made the muscles, he would inject it with what is that stuff that they make the little bubbles with? Saline.
Okay.
He injected it with saline, and then it just kind of began to solidify.
That's disgusting.
Yes, but with the solidification, it began to grow muscle tissue there.
That's disgusting.
It's terrible.
His muscles scare me.
Oh, yeah.
This man could crush your throat with his bicep.
But the funniest things about him weren't the fact that, his mic skills were whatever. They were fine,
They weren't, but okay.
They were entertaining.
They were entertaining, yeah.
Okay. But in ring, his muscles would lock up. So when he would try and ram someone's head into a turnbuckle, his arms would be in the air, and he'd be trying to pull him down, but he'd be locked up. And so he would wiggle, and the person would take the bump and fall over and look up at him with, like, "Are you good? Are you okay?"
All right, let's go ahead and move on into the news now.
Yeah.
Also, for anyone that's a Prime member, if you check out your Prime Gaming loot, there are some fun little Fall Guy things you can claim right now on Twitch.
Oh, and there's one of my favorite early games of all time that you can play through the Amazon launcher. Sam and Max Hit the Road from,
nice.
I think, 93. And like you'll even get something for Destiny if you play Destiny.
Yeah, I've already got the Destiny one. I was checking to see if the next one unlocked yet.
Nah, that's gonna be in 2 weeks. I think it's the 20th.
I never pay attention to the dates. I just check it whenever I'm on Twitch.
It'll pop up with the number. If it pops up with the number, I know I can claim it now.
But it always pops up with a number, and it's always like World of Tanks and shit like that.
So what I do, a little tip for those who have it, when you click it, if you've already claimed it, hit the little hover over it. You can click the X. It'll pop back up with the update.
Gotcha. Okay.
So little thing, you can click on all the X's, close them all out. Or if you don't even want them, because when they update, that's when they'll pop back up.
Gotcha. So sadly, we had some cool visuals for you guys today on stream. You're not going to get to see them, but we'll describe them real quick for the podcast as we move through.
That is a really good image.
So, if you haven't known, Shang-Chi Legend of the Ten Rings is officially in theaters. It has the highest tomato meter out of any superhero movie. It marks the 20-something freaking Marvel film, making them all fresh. It's out there kicking butt. I'm hopefully going to go see it tomorrow.
I hope so, too.
Maybe see it tomorrow.
Because I've heard it's a good one.
We're thinking about doing the 4X version with the seats and whatnot that vibrate, which with our membership is $8, but I think normally it's a $21 ticket.
Ooh.
Yeah. But they're doing a special 10 rings Xbox Series X right now, which you can do it's a giveaway, right?
Yeah.
So
Scan the
if you
code
check-
for AR filter and rescue the custom Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
So rescue.
So all you gotta do is go to Marvel Entertainment's Twitter page, which is just at Marvel, and it's right there. And I'm sure it's been retweeted by Xbox themselves. It is very nice. It's just a Series X with a good wrap on it, I think.
Yeah.
But the controller's pretty too.
Yeah.
It's got part of I think it's Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Part of his costume on the grips.
And the amount of training that all of the members that were in any of the fight scenes have had, this movie, from what I've told, is borderline like Ip Man as far as like training and getting people prepared and doing like good spots, so on and so forth. I want to see this movie, but I'll have to wait a little bit.
Yeah, we were going to try to do it tonight after the podcast, but first of all, I didn't want to spring buying a movie ticket on you. Second of all, with the latest showing that's airing tonight, plus with wrestling, we would be giving ourselves such a window that a red light could ruin us seeing the movie.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
So, go ahead and move on to the next one.
Boop.
Well, now we don't-
Powdered Toast Man.
Now we don't need to play the trailer, but they did drop the Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl trailer. It's up for pre-order. It's got all kinds of characters. In this trailer, you get to see things like April O'Neil taking photos, or Nigel Thornberry using his nose like a beak.
Smashing.
The art for this is actually really well done for a lot of the characters. Some of the characters get a little wonky when they put them into the CG form. For instance, Danny Phantom.
Danny
or
Phantom does
Helga.
look a little weird. Helga does look a little bit strange. Powdered Toast Man looks great.
Yeah, Powder Toast Man looks great. I like the way Riptar looks. April looks amazing. Cat Dog looks pretty decent. Patrick looks a little shiny.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's their style.
The
for a
Ninja
little
Turtles
bit.
look good.
Yeah. I'm surprised they chose just Leo and Mikey.
Well,
and
it says question mark and more. I'm sure
all of
we're
them?
yeah, we're probably gonna get all of them. I mean, they got April. I'm sure we're gonna get Casey as well.
Ooh, I hope we get Casey.
They'll probably do DLCs or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, unique stages, on and offline play coming out to Switch, Series X, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Steam fall of this year.
I'm surprised that it's going to Steam, too. Like, you don't really see very many of these brawly type games going to Steam, so good to see it.
Some kids like to play on the computer. Okay, so this one is one of my notes that is locked in the never working fucking computer. So let me pull it up on my phone real quick. Here
Oh,
we go.
right, because you have that ability.
Yeah, following acquisitions of two other companies earlier this year, House Marquee and Nixus, PlayStation has announced that they are now going to buy Fire Spirit, the studio that has worked on VR games like The Precedents and helped with the Playroom VR. So basically, they're buying a company so that they can further push their VR headset.
The one that you have downstairs?
Yeah,
The one that you don't use?
yeah.
The one that you want to use, but it doesn't work good?
It's not that it doesn't work good. It's that I'm not going to spend $60 on a game that lasts for an hour.
Fair enough. Now,
Because it works pretty well. It's just not... It's not an HTC vibe, so you can't walk around the room with it.
yeah, you have to be stationary. But I mean, I'm looking at all these screenshots, and I love this.
Yeah.
If I was in a room with whatever the fuck this weird electro-looking motherfucker zombie is, I'd be down for that. But I need to know more.
Well,
And then it's like, oh,
it says
hey,
find out more. You can click on it.
right. But what I was angling at was just before, as you were reading your notes, I quickly glanced at them. It's the same screenshot, just different.
Well, because it's the same game.
I know. And I was like, me. Oh, is it the same game?
Yeah, that's the Precedence.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
I
I didn't realize that that was the name of the game.
But yeah, so it's them buying a VR studio so that they can have people work on something that they don't really know what the hell they're doing with. I want VR to be more of a doable thing, but the reality is the VR I want, the VR I would dream, would be one of those things that goes around my waist and I'm able to sit there and run with it and all that stuff.
I get you.
And I have the space in the office to do it. I just don't have the finances.
Yeah.
And that shit's expensive. Once people can make VR more affordable, I think VR will blow up big.
I mean,
I think the problem with VR right now is how pricey it is to have a good VR setup.
I mean, right now it's affordable with the Quest 2 being $200.
But the Quest 2 is not a full motion VR.
Well, there's the attachment for the extra 100, so 300.
Okay. You're
And
telling
you don't
me
need-
that that's on the same level as walking around your house with the HTC Vive Power Pack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's also the power packs in the handsets.
Okay.
There's also an off-brand charging unit that was adapted by Quest, and you can now it's like this little ducket thing, and you plug those two, and you put the visor in the back, and it charges all three.
Okay. But I mean, $300 is still a lot, and
Yeah.
still not quite what I'm looking for out of VR.
Fair enough.
But it's pretty good. All right, what do we got next?
Call of Duty.
Yeah, so
I like this trailer.
Freaking locked.
Right now, the trailer that's being pushed is a multiplayer, and I'm cool with multiplayer with Call of Duty. It's just I've been out of it since Black Ops 2, maybe Ghosts, because Ghost was too quick for me.
Probably Black Ops 3 for me.
Black Ops 3 was about the time when I was also out of it, because when I saw Advanced Warfare, I said, I'm not interested. I got it for free, and I didn't even play it.
So the new game is Call of Duty Vanguard. They dropped the official multiplayer trailer, which looks really good. The one you were watching wasn't the multiplayer trailer, that's why.
Oh,
So yeah, there's two different trailers.
that's kind of interesting how that's supposed to be a multiplayer trailer, but it looks very story-esque considering
No, the one you were watching isn't the multiplayer trailer.
is not. Copy.
But they're saying in this new thing there are 20 different maps, new perks, kill streaks, and equipment, advanced weapons customizations, and a new Champion Hill mode. It'll be coming out November 5th this year. It will be available on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One.
Cool. Wait, was there a PC part of that?
Yeah, PC is the first thing I said.
Oh, okay, I missed it. I'm sorry. I was busy watching things.
Shit blow up.
ADHD caught.
Really, what has gotten us even remotely interested in this, and I can tell you right now, I'm not running out and buying this game, but what has gotten me remotely interested in this is the fact that it's World War II.
Yeah.
And yeah, they did just do the WW2 game a couple years ago, but it's like
I didn't even remember about it.
From my side, it did pretty well. People enjoyed it. But the thing that killed Call of Duty for me was the futuristic shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's Treyarch. I'm always here for Treyarch. It's Treyarch Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer does more of the texture mapping, and Treyarch does more of the story building. So I think that's going to be a match made in heaven. I think November 5th is going to be a really good time for people leaving other games just for a temporary bit, maybe. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. A game I'm excited for is coming out very, very soon called Eastward. We talked about it almost a year ago. Back when it wasn't Gamescom, I think it was Tokyo Game Show. It's a beautiful styled game where a father-like figure and a daughter-like figure, not necessarily connected, go about a very crazy town, either fixing up what's going on or otherwise, and learning about if they can get through this post-apocalyptic world and head eastward. It's a light RPG elements, similar to Legend of Zelda, and I just thought I'd bring a little bit toward it. I'm probably gonna get it because it's on sale on Steam for 10% off, $23. Why not? Yeah, looks pretty.
All right.
Now this was an interesting push. You had I think we talked about it a little bit ago, but it just released very recently.
Yeah, Dead by Daylight dropped their Hellraiser collaboration.
Yes.
You fan of the movies?
I've watched the first and Judgment, the 2018 one that I didn't like.
One is great.
One is great.
Two's good, but the story's a little convoluted. Just watch it for the kills and the cool effects and whatnot.
Yeah.
A guy builds a building that's a puzzle box, kind of, and it was kind of weird. But when they stopped having Bradley as Pinhead, he looked weird, and it wasn't fun. This Pinhead is based off of Doug Bradley.
Yes. And I watched a little bit of gameplay from a fellow streamer. Laughing Man is his name if you want to go check him out. And he was playing him very, very adequately for the match I saw him in. His ability is he has like a temporary transport, and after he transports, he throws out a chain, and if that hits a survivor, it locks them down for 3 seconds with chains all around them.
Nice.
And of course, he's got his chain lashing, and the recovery is he pulls out the puzzle box, and the chain goes back into the puzzle box. And good animations, good everything. I don't play Dead by Daylight, but that would be a cut to make me want to play it.
Well, the great thing is, I play Dead by Daylight. I own the Raccoon City set. I own the Scream killer, Ghostface, and I now own Hellraiser.
Nice.
I don't own all of them. I don't own the Leatherface one. I don't own the Michael Myers one. There have been a couple times where it's let me play that in
Like
a
as a
random
freebie?
draw. Yeah, it's never like been like, oh, you get it free for a week or something. It's that I've picked a killer and logged in and whatnot, and then it's actually dropped me in Haddonfield as Myers. I'm just like,
Okay.
shit, okay, I'll play as Myers and check it out. It's happened a couple times, not very many. There's been more times that it's dropped me in the map as the killer I picked.
Okay.
Then it has dropped me in as him. Where was I going with this? Oh, there's still plenty of characters I want to buy. I want to buy Ash from Evil Dead. He's one of the survivors. I don't play as the survivors too often, but I feel like if I had him, I'd play a little more often. I honestly don't like playing as a survivor.
I wouldn't mind if I were to play it. I would probably want either Leon or Silent Hill 2. Come on, Justin. Yeah, character from Silent Hill 2. Brain stop.
I don't own the Silent Hill pack. I don't own the Stranger Things pack.
Okay.
So
Well, that's actually gone now.
Is it gone?
You can no longer purchase it. If you own it already, it's there, but it is gone
Why
now.
does Netflix got to be a bitch about everything?
The other thing is, I mean, all of this stuff is on sale right now thanks to the Hellraiser being released, at least a minimum of 10% off. So if you have Xbox Game Pass, everything is, of course, already on sale. And, of course, the sale stacks on top of what it already is on sale. Yes. I know how to speak English when it's almost 90 degrees in here.
Yeah, I bought this one, I think, for like $4 and some change.
Yeah.
So, all right. What is this? You were playing this earlier, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
So, I've shown you Pentakill a few times before, which is...
Doesn't mean I paid attention.
Correct. So League of Legends does music production every now and again. And today, at the moment of me speaking, they have released another Pentakill album called Predator. No, Lost Chapter. I'm sorry, Lost Chapter. And one of the songs is called Predator. Yes. I've listened to a few songs as I was getting ready to come over here, and I was cool with it. I had asked Socks who was the new Pentakill member because I didn't have a lot of time to go looking, and told me Viego, which I was not a big fan of because you have a character who was just released 3 characters ago, and I was like, even the 4th character ago would have been a better pick in my opinion because their name is Rel, the Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden. Execute them. Bogus.
So, I mean, I would have preferred someone other than Viego. Like, there was so many other options I was coursing through my head, and I said, I guess you got to take the new picks, I suppose, even though they already have the Ruined King aspect about them. Fine, keep it. The music's fine. I still have the rest of the album to listen to. There is a interactive album experience on Riot Games Music's channel on YouTube. Go check it out.
That was a mouthful.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes.
That was a mouthful.
That was a big mouthful. Go check it out. It's pretty good so far. I enjoyed.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
We're getting delirious with the heat now.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
I'm being honest. I got pit stains that look like I've been working out in the fucking field.
I mean, we're losing weight doing this.
Yeah.
Not a lot of weight, but a lot of water weight.
Personal fucking sauna.
Yeah, I know, right? Am I ready to do it, or do we have?
Go
anything?
ahead.
Ba-da-bup,
Rip
shoe
into it.
news. So we got 2. One is a kind of a hint
You're going to
at.
show your cousin this one.
I will show my cousin this one. On the bottom of the sole says Club. I wonder why. Because it's Fight Club inspired Adidas. Might be coming soon. So hopefully in the near future, we will be blowing this thing up and letting you know more about them. As of right now, they're all hinted at around $138. Hopefully we'll get more styles. I mean, I like the style already.
Yeah, it's not a bad look. It's like the word is like pink through like a see-through white on the base of the shoe. Mm-hmm. But the shoe itself is a darker color. I can't quite tell what it is because my color vision.
It's like a dark denim.
Okay. And then it's got some red highlights and stuff.
Yeah.
This actually isn't a bad looking shoe from what we can see.
Yeah. And then each, of course, says Fight Club.
Yeah.
Oh, it does have more. It does have more.
Okay, so more references to the movie. The stripes are the fuzzy jacket that Brad Pitt wears. I don't like it, though, for a shoe I'd be wearing.
And, of course, the little name badge when he's getting his medication.
Yeah. Or not getting his medication, when he's going to the support groups.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
Uh-oh, you broke it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. But
so these ones aren't showing fuzzy. They're only showing one that's fuzzy. So the non-fuzzy ones I'm more into.
So we got the one that's fuzzy, one that looks original with the denim, and then one that is a little bit more plain Jane with the light blue stripes. Well, as said, when we get some more information, we'll definitely let you know.
Do you ever wonder where sayings come from?
Sayings?
Yeah.
Elaborate.
Well, you just said plain Jane. I've always wondered where the saying plain Jane came from.
Oh. Okay. I have no idea.
It's just something I wonder about. Let's see. The earliest instance of plain Jane that I have found is from the People's Journal, Saturday the 11th of February, 1905. Plain Jane was a signature used by a plain girl for a letter written to protest against Frida's condemnation of the stylish girl. Interesting. I was just curious. And you said it. I was like, I've never bothered to look it up.
Do you know where Cool Beans comes from?
I don't.
Dumb and Dumber.
Is that really what started it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's where I first heard it, and I Googled it, and it said the earliest that I can recall was Dumb and Dumber when Lloyd says it. Cool Beans.
This is dating back to 70s
was it
and
Cheech
80s.
and Chong?
Cheech and Chong, yeah. Also,
okay,
DJ Tanner would say it.
That was before I looked for it, so maybe
this article
updated.
A new article. So. Interesting. It's just kind of a fun thing I figured I'd Google real quick. Sorry. Other shoe news.
Do you like Family Guy?
Not anymore.
Okay, well,
I used to be really big into it. I owned some of the seasons on DVD. We own the Star Wars thing and whatnot. But it got very repetitive after a bit, and it kind of got, there's like a weird season of South Park that I don't enjoy where they put Randy and what's his wife's name? Sharon
Marsh?
Yeah. They put them on each other's throats and they basically start to break up. And that's basically what became like every episode of Family Guy. And I stopped enjoying it, and it kind of burnt the show out for me. Stewie stopped being evil. Brian got really fucking pretentious. They continued to not know what to do with Meg. They've admitted a lot of the weirdness with Meg is because it's a room full of guys that don't know how to write for a girl.
And then it's like, fine, we're just gonna make fun of her. And then, oh wait, now that she's doing all these really cool things, we're still gonna make fun of her because we don't have anything for her.
Yeah. So I fell out of the show. I still enjoy American Dad. I'm definitely not caught up on American Dad, but I feel like that one's done better with continuing its story without like destroying what it's built with characters.
I unironically hum the song from time to time.
Okay.
Good morning, USA. I've got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day.
I gave the Cleveland show a shot. I didn't enjoy it. It got canceled anyways.
Yeah. I'm sorry for that, by the way. I watched a couple episodes of it too. It looked fine, but not my cut.
What I felt the problem was going from still at the time being a fan of Family Guy into watching the Cleveland show was that it wasn't the same Cleveland.
No.
They changed him too much going into the new show.
They had to add characters to Cleveland when they could have just had it be more Cleveland Central and had everyone that he already knew.
Yeah, so, and the thing is that they're repeating the exact same format. What is Family Guy? It's a dad. It's a wife. It's
2 kids.
3 kids.
Oh, 3 kids.
You forgot about Meg.
Yeah.
With one of those kids being a weird baby, one being a teenage boy, one being a teenage girl. And then a weird talking animal.
Yes.
What is Cleveland show? It's him, a wife, 3 kids. One of them's a teenage boy, one of them's a teenage girl, one of them's a weird talking baby, and he has a talking bear as his neighbor. American Dad format.
Okay, to be fair, the alien doesn't count as a kid.
The alien does not count as a kid. They break it there by not having the third kid.
And the
however,
fucking-
they've got Klaus the fish,
Klaus.
they've got the alien, and they've got the boyfriend that hangs around all the time. So he kind of works as the third kid.
Fair enough.
Haley's boyfriend. So they've got this repeated formula. They break it a little bit in American Dad, which is probably why it works better. But they, copied and pasted for Cleveland show, and then they made Cleveland himself a different character than what he was when he was an American Dad, or not
Yeah.
American Dad, Family Guy.
Yes.
But
But back over to the
the
shoes.
reason why we're talking about it is the shoes.
They look like Stewie Griffin's overalls
Yeah.
and the yellow shirt that's underneath.
Simpsons is better.
Simpsons is better. Oh, way better. Way better. You ain't even gonna whisper that.
I'm in season 30 right now, and I see all those posts all the time. This show has been funny since season 12 or something like that, and I'm like, I think you all died on the inside is what it is, because this show has me fucking cackling.
Oh, yeah.
Still.
Oh, yeah.
There's just moments where I am fucking. We're watching this episode that's done as a documentary thing the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And Milhouse is reporting on Bart to the documentary, but they're doing this thing where it's like he's shadowed out.
You mentioned this. Yeah.
And they've done the voice change, and he starts panicking. He's like, the voice is scaring me, and I need puppy go-go. And so they bring in the puppy, they turn off the light, and the puppy's making him feel better and whatnot. Then they turn the light back off, which brings the voice back on right when he pulls the string on the puppy. So it goes, I love you. And it's just fucking Milhouse freaking out going, oh! It's a little thing, but it had me cackling for like 10 minutes straight. Or like when they go to the baseball game and Milhouse is like, these seats are so great, you can hear the ball players cursing. And then one of the ball players goes, I'm going to kick your ass, Milhouse. It's little things in the show that still make me laugh, but still having a story that I'm invested in. I do think it gets repetitive sometimes. Like every time they travel, there's going to be a love interest for Lisa.
Oh, yeah.
Every fucking time.
Yes.
But back to the shoes. The shoes are Stewie Griffin's overalls themed.
Yes.
These are the LeBron James ones, right?
LeBron James 18s? LeBron James 6s.
No.
LeBron James 6s.
Oh, because I was seeing if they're LeBron James' 19th signature basketball shoe. So I was saying 19, thinking that was the 19th shoe. It's his 19th version of the shoe.
I don't know which one it is now, but
There's still more to come from the Nike LeBron 18.
Okay,
So these are the 6.
These are the 6s. But even still, beautiful, pretty good-looking shoe.
It's almost got like an anime style, like
like a Gundam.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a Gundam style. I was gonna say
Little
like because like the hard edges with the bright colors.
A little bit, and then like they just look
What's
like.
that piece hanging off on the side?
I think that's a tag.
Oh, okay, it is a tag. I was like, I don't like that. You're right, it's
That's
a tag.
not good.
And there was like this thing's like dragging on the ground.
Looks fine. Looks good. $160, and
They're already out.
yeah, they're already. Oh, whoops. That's strange because it just got announced through this. So okay, whatever.
Go check them out. They're interesting.
Yeah. And with that, we go over to Visions.
So yeah, Star Wars Visions dropped its poster. The concept of this is I think it's 9 different stories with. Can you scroll down a little bit more because it might tell us in the English version of the poster. Down.
Oh, down.
I think the English version of the poster tells us. Right there. 7 very visionary anime studios working on 9 original short stories from across the galaxy. Now, we're seeing a lot of the Japanese influence in the bottom part of it, which I really love because a lot of things about Star Wars are actually based off of like samurai movies and like that culture and whatnot. Vader's look and whatnot. The way Kylo Ren fixes his helmet. That's a whole Japanese thing. So this is set to premiere the 22nd of this month.
And I'm probably going to be here day one for it. Like, I'm going to catch up on Marvel's What If.
I haven't watched any of them.
I haven't watched any of them, but me and Socks are probably just going to...
Zombies comes out today. Or not today, but this week.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's today.
Is it today?
Because today's Wednesday.
Yeah. I need to get caught up on Clone Wars so I can watch Bad Batch.
God, I got so much because before Clone Wars, I need to watch the other one. What's the other one? Clone Wars
is first.
Clone Wars first?
Yeah.
Okay. Then
So there's the original Clone Wars that's not canon, but then the new Clone Wars show kind of references a lot of it. But just watch the Clone Wars show and the movie.
Okay.
And then watch the new season of Clone Wars, final season of Clone Wars that they did.
Okay.
And then you can watch Bad Batch. There is Rebels, and
That's
is
it,
one other
Rebels.
one, but those are after Clone Wars because those are more set during the time of the original 3.
Okay. It's just a lot.
Now, you did take an issue with one thing on this poster.
I didn't. The internet did.
Okay, the internet did.
And
There is a fuzzy dog lady, and some people are saying she's a furry.
There was a lot of the original teaser concept art drawings, and everyone's like, all they showed was just this the furry individuals and was just like, oh man, they're doing furry things, and I was just like, even if they do, so what?
The droid on this poster
This
looks
one
like a lunchbox with thermoses.
To me, it looks like what's that Pokemon called? Rodom.
Who's that Pokemon?
Yeah, it's Pikachu.
This sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm interested in seeing this, and I'm interested in seeing the different kinds of art form.
I'm excited to see this
Have you
one.
seen?
I want to see this one.
Full Japanese samurai.
I want to see this one.
Darth Vader.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
And also the Stormtrooper that goes with them.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see this.
Yeah.
I don't care what this is. Having a Sith individual just kind of hanging out on the moon of whatever. I want to see this.
What color is that lightsaber?
Bright fucking red.
Is it red? Okay.
So, I'm curious to see all of this.
Yeah, this will be fun.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
The other Lego thing.
Oh yeah, they dropped the official teaser trailer for Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales. This looks like it's gonna be a lot of goofy fun. It's gonna be in the same vein that the holiday special was, and that next year's holiday special is gonna be. A non-canon, goofy, fun Lego stuff. It's fun for kids. It's fun if you just want to put something on and have a chuckle. It's fun little Lego animation.
Yeah.
It says Screaming this Halloween. It drops October 1st on Disney+. There's a full trailer you guys can check out. Not much else to say on it.
No, it looks good. It looks fun.
It looks like Lego.
Yeah.
It looks like what I expect from a Star Wars Lego.
Wait, is Jabba actually speaking? Oh man, I want to unmute it, but I'm not going to. Boop.
All right. Today, now that we're done talking about Star Wars,
It's time for the other side.
it's time for the other side. And a lot of people say you have to be fans of one, not both. Fuck you. I'm fans of both.
I'm fans of
Suck
both
it.
too.
I'm more of a
used
Star
to-
Wars fan because I grew up in a household that was more into Star Wars.
I started off with Star Wars, but ever since you showed me the Star Trek movies,
The
I was
remakes,
actually
sort
pretty
of
into it.
continuations or however you want to
Yeah, sure.
the alternate timeline.
Sure.
There we go.
I am now a fan of both. It's just my knowledge of Star Trek is low.
Yeah. Today is Star Trek Day. Today is the anniversary of the original show's debut. And through that, there's all kinds of Star Trek love going on. And there's this nice poster that Paramount Plus put together. And they're saying hashtag Star Trek United gives. So they're saying today on Star Trek Day, for every person who tweets hashtag Star Trek gives at Paramount Plus, and the Roddenberry Foundation. Sorry, it's cut off for me. Can you finish reading that?
You got it.
The monitor's cutting it off.
Yeah, I see it. And the Roddenberry Foundation will donate $1 to organizations who do the real-world work of championing equality, social justice, arts, and innovation. Learn more at StarTrek.com/day.
So what I will be doing is, when we're done with this episode, I will be dropping a tweet with that.
And I will follow up on that tweet.
Because I am fully supportive of charities.
I am also, and I mean, nerds giving money to help other nerds gain their equality is what I'm also here for.
Yeah. So, which favorite Star Trek thing you've seen so far?
I mean, I've only seen 3 things.
You've seen the 3 movies. Okay. Out of those 3 movies, which one did you like best?
Beyond.
Okay. I think I would have liked one best if it didn't have the lens flares.
Yeah.
Out of those
I
two.
mean, that didn't really pull me away from it.
It just made the movie difficult for me to
Enjoy.
visually see.
Yeah.
But for me, I think my favorite thing is probably Generations.
Fair enough.
Picard.
Mm.
So, all right. Next. So this is now completely obsolete because we're not streaming.
That's fine, but I could still do it.
Yeah, go ahead and pick which pill you want.
Oh, at the blue pill because I want to enjoy the world I'm in.
If you go to the choiceisyours.whatisthematrix.com, you can pick between the red pill and the blue pill. Depending on what pill you pick, depends on which teaser trailer you will get. And it is not working.
Nope.
Basically, teaser trailer for the new Matrix movie. Technology is screwing us.
I think it's saying something. Have you done this before?
No, it's supposed to give us a teaser.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was supposed to give us a trailer. Teaser trailer from what I understood.
Well, then I'll click the red pill like I'm supposed to.
Yeah, you click on the blue pill, it just breaks it apparently.
Either that or it said something and the webpage is muted.
I don't know. It's not even loading the webpage now.
Oh.
We're going to move on. It's not even worth it at this point.
But
we can't show. Oh, well, okay. It's back.
It's back. Red pill, go.
No, it's just moving the pill centered, and then it stops.
And then nothing. It's not even saying anything. Whatever. But tomorrow, the actual trailer.
Now with
Drop.
the black screen.
Okay, whatever. Tomorrow the actual trailer drops on Thursday, and I'm gonna probably take a peek at it, and I'll talk a little bit more about it next week if it does interest me. Matrix has always been one of those things that is very inspirational. When I watched the Animatrix, it actually like broadened my horizons for wanting anime. So I went out and looked at some of the artists that worked hard on certain animes, and I went out of my way to go and find them. Yeah, this thing's breaking.
Yeah, it's not working. For me, I loved the first movie. The other movies I watched purely because I wanted to see more crazy Neo stuff, but I wasn't vastly invested in the story. For me, it was purely I wanted to see that crazy cool CGI stuff that the Wachowskis were going to do.
Yeah, and I mean the second one did some crazy CG stuff, but it wasn't a lot.
Well, is it number 2 where he fights the 800 fucking Agent Smiths?
No, that's the last one.
Is that the last one?
That was the last one.
Which one is it where he reaches into her to pull the bullet out? Is that also the last one?
Yes.
Fuck, the last one was
the second one's that really good car chase, though.
Oh, with the things that phase through the car? Okay, yeah. See, there was still cool shit in the second one.
Yeah.
I tried doing a marathon of those a while back, and I realized, like, these movies are longer than I remembered.
Oh, yeah. I looked at the director's cut for all the Hobbits and Lord of the Rings. And
They're
I'm
on
like,
HBO Max now.
Yeah, I know. And I looked at the times for all of them, and I was like, that's a 2-day marathon. That is not a 1-day marathon. That is a 2-day marathon if you want sleep.
Someone did the math, including snack breaks and bathroom breaks. If you stay awake, it would take you like almost a full 24 hours to watch all the Harry Potters.
No, I'm good.
All right, next, Ed Boon tweeted the trailer for Injustice, the animated movie, coming to digital and Blu-ray. It's just the story that we get from the first game, and I think some of the comics. I don't think it's going to go all the way into the sequel. I think they're going to save a sequel for the sequel.
And I mean, the trailer does amazing.
Yeah, the voice acting is good. The animation is good. It's DC animated. What did we expect?
Yeah.
All right, and last but not least, boop. The new Haunted Mansion movie, scroll down just a little bit for me so I can see cast, has announced a couple more cast members. So we've got Tiffany Haddish. We've got Lakeith Stanfield, whose face I freaking know, and I can't think of what he's in. But the announcement today was Owen Wilson. So another Disney thing.
Wow. I
like Owen. I loved him in the, what is it? Loki show. He's also Lightning McQueen in Cars.
Wow.
He's done Disney stuff before. So
Ka-chow.
I'm really interested to see where this movie goes and what it's going to be. I liked the Eddie Murphy one. I don't know why other people didn't. So now can I see Lakeith Stanfield so I can see where what
yes.
he did? Because I know him. Knives Out. Okay. So he's lieutenant, which means he's also in, scroll down. No, he's in something we just watched. Judas and the Black Messiah. He's Bill O'Neill. Okay, so not that we just watched, that I watched.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like him.
He's also in Death Note? What?
As L?
What?
Is that the Netflix one?
I think so, but
They make L an adult? Oh my god, it's the Netflix one.
Yeah, I cut it loose. I
I didn't
started
watch it at all. I watched the trailer. I watched his reaction to the Shinigami
Yeah.
in the trailer and went, "That's crap. I'm not interested in that."
To Ryuk.
All right, but that's it. That's all we got for today. We're dying. We're gonna end it there.
Yeah. Sorry about those who may have popped into the Twitch stream. I have one solution that I'm going to bring in next week. Hopefully everything fixes up then.
The AC will be fixed by then, or I will be killing someone.
Yes. Tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell a frenemy. Remember to
Tell
like
my
us.
AC repair guy.
Tell your AC repair guy. Hopefully by next week we'll have some more really nice news that we can share with you live.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys.